Hey guys, Dr. Ben here, FA Well Centers. Let's talk about blood sugar today. This is obviously one of my favorite topics. If you've read my book, Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie, you can grab that on Amazon if you have not yet. Brittany can go ahead and pop that link down below. But this is I always say, if there was one thing we could do to prevent and reverse 90% of chronic health conditions, it would be to stabilize your blood sugar. And it's a crucial part of every patient that goes through our program. For years, we used a finger prick. So we would have people multiple times a day poke their finger, see when it's going up, see when it's going down. Now we've been able to get a continuous glucose monitor. Thanks, Brittany. There's that link for the book there, continuous glucose monitor. I'll have one on later this week, show you guys exactly what that looks like. But this is going to give you a continuous look at your blood sugar all day long. There's multiple companies out there, Signos, Levels, different ones, and they've got 150,000 person wait lists. People excited, ready to get on to this continuous glucose monitor, but there's that many people waiting. But for our patients, we've been able to jump that, and now we're able to use this with them every day. So I'm going to tell you 5 things today that if you change and stabilize your blood sugar, not just get it lower. That's where most people go wrong. They think, oh, I've got high blood sugar, so it's bad. I'm pre-diabetic, insulin resistant, I'm diabetic, things like that. But in reality, the lows are just as bad as the highs. So I'm going to show you that today, show you what's stabilizing, keeping it steady. I would rather have somebody a little bit high on their glucose, but really steady all day long than a good average A1C and it bouncing all over the place. So hemoglobin A1C is the average of the last 3 months, but it does not tell us everything. So welcome, guys. Go ahead and pop down below where you're watching from. Let me know what your blood sugar's doing. Let me know if you're going hypoglycemic, if you're getting spacey, hangry, lightheaded, dizzy. Pop down below. Let me know that if you're pre-diabetic or if you're diabetic, what your A1C is, and I'll tell you what that might actually mean. Have you been testing your insulin? Have you been testing your insulin non-fasting? I actually prefer seeing it non-fasting. Your glucose non-fasting. We can see all these different numbers. So love having you guys on. Hit that button to like or follow our page if you haven't already. And we're on YouTube as well. Some of you guys are watching YouTube live. And go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you have not already. So welcome, guys. And let's get into it. So blood sugar is a really intricate thing. Hey, Tina, great to see you. You are so welcome. So blood sugar, absolutely crucial. So there's a specific range that I like to see for blood sugar. That is 85 to 110. So if you go on Amazon, go ahead and Brittany, you can pop down a link to the blood sugar monitor. If you go on Amazon, start poking your finger when you get that blood sugar monitor and start testing it 45 to 60 minutes after a meal or 3-4 hours later when that blood sugar is going down potentially. When you start testing that, and if it's hey, Mac in South Africa, good to see you. If that blood sugar is too low, if it's lower than 85, you are going hypoglycemic. If that blood sugar is too high, over 110, you are going too high and creating an insulin response and creating an excess glucose that's causing inflammation, things like that. So, this is a very important range to get into. We don't want it too high. We don't want it too low either. A lot of people think, oh, high blood sugar is bad, so low must be okay, just like blood pressure, just like cholesterol, things like that. But that is not the case. So let's get into it. Top 5 things that are going to change when you get your blood sugar stabilized. So number 1 is that your inflammation is going to start going down. We see this with patients all the time, not just inflammation, but blood pressure starts going down, cholesterol goes down, all these nice markers that come along with it, but the inflammation goes down when you get that blood sugar stabilized. We see patients, their ankles start shrinking in, they had giant ankles and had all this extra fluid in their body. We can see 10, 20, 30 pounds down in the first month when people start stabilizing their blood sugar. It's absolutely amazing the difference that we see just by keeping that as stable as possible. Just started working with a guy in New York, and he was drinking like 3 or 4 Snapple, those Snapple teas a day, which are like pure sugar. And just by taking that out, just by stabilizing the blood sugar, 2 weeks, he's down 10 pounds. His energy's better. He's kicked the habit, doing so much better. So that inflammation is driven by this blood sugar response. Every time that insulin goes up, it's going to cause more inflammation. So if you have inflammation, you've got to stabilize your blood sugar today. So, all right. Amazed at what stress does to my body. Absolutely. It's amazing what we see. And this is part of it as well, is that when your body is under stress, it goes 2 ways. When your body is under stress, that blood sugar goes up, and cortisol is going to make the glucose go higher. But when your blood sugar goes high, it is, and even low as well, it is going to cause more stress in the body. So it goes both ways. Blood sugar swings stresses the body. Stress causes blood sugar to be out of balance as well. Number 2, the second thing that we see when people stabilize their blood sugar is they start losing weight. And this can be body fat, this can be inflammation, this can be fluid. I'll squeeze people's arms when they come in and they're just puffy and have this extra fluid on them. When you stabilize your blood sugar, you're going to see this weight start peeling off. 99% of the patients are going to lose weight when they get their blood sugar stabilized. Obviously, if they have weight to lose, but most patients that come in have some weight to lose. So if you have any interest in losing weight, you've got to start addressing your blood sugar. You've got to start looking at it and figuring out why that blood sugar is not stabilized, why it's going too high, why it's going too low, and do more of the good stuff, less of the bad stuff. Number 3 is you're going to sleep better when your blood sugar is stabilized. If you wake up in the middle of the night, write this down. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you are not able to get back to sleep, 9 times out of 10, it's because your blood sugar is going low, and then it spikes up your adrenals. Your adrenaline kicks up to tell the liver to kick out glucose. So then you've got adrenaline flowing through your body, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got all this stuff on my mind. It's like, well, who doesn't, right? I've got 4 boys. I've got soccer running around, businesses. We've got 30 team members, all types of different things. And yet, I sleep through the night, and I'll wake up, even go to the bathroom, and go right back to sleep because I know my blood sugar is stabilized throughout the day. So if you're having a hard time staying asleep, get your blood sugar stabilized throughout the day, and it's going to make massive change in the middle of the night. Number 4 reason to get your blood sugar, Rosanna, thanks for the comment there on zinc. Number 4 is going to be to save your brain. We know they call Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes. We know that if somebody has high glucose for long enough, they start to neurodegenerate. They start getting neuropathy in their hands and feet, but you also start getting neuropathy in your brain. What's the blood sugar level, which should stay constant? We want it 85 to 110. Brittany, go ahead and write that down below for everybody. Keep that glucose 85 to 110 all day long. So you want to save your brain. And if your brain is under constant inflammation, constant attack from this high glucose level, you are going to neurodegenerate, and you're going to start getting Alzheimer's, dementia, neurodegeneration, all of these things. Yes, Gina, save your brain. Absolutely. Exercise. I love the muscle there. You've got to exercise as well. So are you using hydroxychloroquine in some countries for diabetes treatment? They are using. Here's the deal. We don't need a medication for diabetes treatment. That's what it comes down to, Roxana. You do not, or Rosanna, you do not need a drug, you do not need a supplement for diabetes treatment. You can reverse your type 2 diabetes in 6 to 8 weeks if you do what you need to do. If you use glucose monitoring, if you monitor what that blood sugar is doing, eat more of the good stuff, less of the bad stuff, work on the liver, work on ever other systems are out of balance, you are going to see these massive changes, and people are reversing diabetes all the time. So save your brain, get your blood sugar as stabilized as possible. There's a great book by Dr. Perlmutter out there. Brittany, you can pop that one down there as well. Grain Brain by Dr. Perlmutter. Kimberly, good to see you. Number 5 thing that if you stabilize your blood sugar today is going to be, you're going to reverse any cardiovascular disease risk that you've been building up over time. So if your blood sugar is out of balance, if your blood sugar is swinging high, low, any of those things, you're creeping into fatty liver, your cholesterol is starting to go up, you're starting to get this cardiovascular inflammation. We're starting to see ferritin go up, which is stored iron, and iron is going to be problematic. It's going to be inflammatory in excess. So if you can stabilize your blood sugar, keep that as steady as possible, fix the other systems that are out of balance, you're going to start reversing your cardiovascular risk. Mac, how often in the day should levels be checked? As often as you can. With our continuous glucose monitor that we use with patients, you just look at your watch or phone, whichever you want to do, and you can see it all day long. For anybody poking their finger, 3, 4, 5 times a day is pretty good. I've been monitoring for over a week, 4.7 normal before eating, 4.9 to 5.1 upon waking, 14 to 16 hours fasting. 4.7, Sharon, what are you looking at there? 4.7. What number are you looking at? Is that insulin? Leslie, over 50, no sleep, and weight gain. Leslie, one of the first places that you would want to start is by stabilizing that blood sugar. Start checking the blood sugar. Before even that, in the blood work, you want to check non-fasting insulin, non-fasting glucose, non-fasting triglycerides. You want to check GGT for fatty liver, and you want to check ferritin for that inflammatory process. And then once you figure that out, are you going high, are you going low? Then you start monitoring that blood sugar. Do more of the good stuff, less of the bad stuff, and keep it as stabilized as possible. Hey, Patricia, good to see you. What device to use, brand? Stacy, we put it in the comments, so scroll up above. There's an Amazon link there that you can go on and get the finger prick glucose monitor in through there. For those of you that aren't big on poking your finger, which a lot of people are not, we use the continuous glucose monitor with our patients. It's prescription only, so unfortunately you can't just jump on a website or anything and grab one of those. But the difference, and we've helped people reverse their diabetes for years with using a finger prick glucose monitor, but that CGM, it's an absolute game changer. I'll be putting it on later this week. Blood sugar monitor reading poking finger. Not sure what that's telling us. If it says 4.7, it should be a glucose number when you poke your finger. It should be something like 80, 90, 120, 140, things like that. Thank you for telling people. This is from Ashley. Thank you for telling people prescriptions are not needed to cure diabetes type 2. As a dietitian, I'm considered crazy for telling people that it can be cured and does not need prescription. Exactly. So here's the deal. You do not need to be taking supplements. I would love to post a link down below for the magic blood sugar supplement that you can take to reverse your diabetes, your prediabetes, those things. I would love to give you the magic bullet, but there is no magic pill for that. Supplement, medication. We saw last week metformin, that guys that are taking metformin before they conceive a child, 40% increase in their birth defect risk for that child. So crazy what we're seeing in there. So here we go. We know that these things can be reversed, that you can cure or prevent 90% of chronic health conditions if you stabilize blood sugar. So start with finger prick. If you need more information, if you need more support than just poking your finger, you don't get and understand how to do that, reach out to us. Our F8 doctors around the country are here to help, and they'll take you by the hand and walk you through this process of getting your blood sugar stabilized and getting your health back where it needs to be. So So thanks for jumping on, guys. Stabilize that blood sugar today, and you're going to see miracles happen around you. Take care.